Hello, it's Reija, and welcome to my August reading wrap-up. Now, remember newts? That was a thing that was happening in August. How did I do in my newts, you ask? I didn't complete a single newt. I didn't get a single grade. My newts, therefore, were a complete and utter failure. That said, I did finish 3 things during the month of August, so I'm gonna talk about those things now. August was a month of basically me starting all of the things. I started so many books and I did not finish a lot of them. I was enjoying them for the most part, but for whatever reason I just couldn't commit myself to finishing them. And then I went to Dublin and that completely threw my reading off the rails. So in August I managed to finish 2 volumes of The Promised Neverland. I read volumes 9 and 10, and they were not as good as previous volumes have been, and you know me, I love that series to death. I think that whilst these 2 volumes had a lot of world building details and a lot of secrets were revealed, and we got a lot of answers to certain things, that was all kind of overshadowed by the fact that there were fight scenes happening, and I don't really enjoy fight scenes. I enjoy the lead up to the fight scenes, I enjoy the character development moments, I enjoy the backstory, but the actual fights, I'm like, yawn, get over it. This is why for most shonen battle series, I can't get on board with them. And this is also why something like Bleach went it was so good at the beginning, and then when it got to the prolonged fighting, I just lost interest. And I don't want that to happen with The Promised Neverland. Luckily these fights were super short, but The Promised Neverland has coined itself as this more psychological smart series. So I really wish it doesn't end up being something like Bleach and Naruto, where the story takes a backseat to all the fighting. So crossing all of my appendages here, so that doesn't happen. But I ended up giving both of these volumes 3.5 stars. They were not bad. They were enjoyable. They just didn't have that same amount of awesome that previous volumes have had. And then the last thing I finished in August was The Doll Factory by Elizabeth Macneal. This is her debut novel. I listened to this on audio, and the audio was really good. The narrator did excellently with various accents, with various voices. Every single character felt like they had their own distinct voice, and it was easy to listen to, and I felt the emotional beats, and it was really enjoyable. I did not care that much for the actual story. The book is trying to do a mystery thing, and you as a reader know what's going to happen the moment you get introduced to these characters. You know what's going to happen, so the mysterious aspects are kind of you just waiting for shit to get done, and it wasn't as enjoyable because you're just waiting for the things you know are gonna happen to happen, and that makes the read more frustrating than it is engaging. I liked the characterization, I liked the character motivations, I liked that the main character of Iris had her own agenda, her own motivations, her own goals and aspirations in life. And I liked that even though she had relationships with different sorts of men in the, and different kinds of relationship with various men in the book. She wasn't defined by her relationships to other men, which was part of the point and the theming of the book. This book also like deals with male gaze a lot. It wants to kind of navigate the different types of male gaze and consent, and how like sometimes women may be appreciative of the male gaze if they want to actively participate in it. And the participation and consent are the major themes of this work. I liked the setting. This is set in the Victorian period during the pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood movement, and the pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood plays a significant part in this. There are some invented members of the pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, but and it works really well. I completely got on with the period, like it was superbly done, and I can see the research that is there. But I also like, it's not a good sign when I'm like reading a book and I start to like wonder how I could make the book better. And I have this like whole basically Frankenstein doctor episode in my mind about how I would like reorganize and rearrange different aspects of the book so that it would be more engaging and actually like more mysterious and more fun for the reader to figure out. And what I would do is to basically tell the book from the end to the start, like basically have Iris be where she is at the end before the final conclusion, and then work her way back to the beginning, like how things happened to her. That would have been a lot more engaging. Unfortunately, that is not what happens. The ending, though, the ending really elevated the book. I think that if the author would have gone with a different ending, that would have cheapened it. So my overall rating ended up being 3.5 stars. This book was okay. It was enjoyable. Am I going to reread it ever? Probably not. Am I going to recommend it? If you like historical fiction, and if you like a sort of feminist bent on your historical fiction, you might enjoy this book. But if you are more the type of person who enjoys a good thriller, this is not a thriller. That is something that I will like highly that is something that I will caution you. Like, if you have heard this book coined as a thriller or a mystery, it is not. It is definitely not. Or if it is meant to be one, it fails. But if you like historical fiction and you like that kind of like sinister theming, this might work for you. For me, it was an okay read that was fun while it lasted, but I'm probably not gonna think too much about it in, like, let's say, a couple of months. And there you have it. Those were all of the books that I finished in August. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And I will see you in another one very soon. Bye bye!